All right. How we doing today? For your sake, I hope you're doing better than I am. I could be wrong. I could be right. I may have a mild case of COVID. I'm actually quite, let's just say, a little upset. I'm quite upset, actually. Last month, I went into the clinic, had a checkup, did a few things, asked if I could get the COVID booster, right? No, they wouldn't give it to me. I kind of suspect the reason for it, and I know I'm almost positive I'm wrong about the thought, but then again, you know what they say about opinions. They're like noses. Everybody has one, and they all stink. I would have gone with another one, but who wants to hear about the backside? They're like a certain part of the backside, and it serves a bodily function when you. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. I'll just say they still are the opinions are like noses. Everybody has them, and they all stink, just like another part of the body. Anyway, move it along, Johnny. We all know how that goes. Always got to be one of the bunch here. And I do want to throw out a comment to a certain somebody. He knows who he is. He got me jealous too. Living out in California the way you do. Having all them bikini girls out there, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, you and I started talking a little bit on with the last video I did. I don't want to come across being harsh. I don't want to come across being one of them guys. But a certain somebody made a comment about, because there's the whole mother issue with cancer. And somebody somewhere, and I'm not going to mention names, I'm not going to say much about the situation. I'm not going to be one of them guys. Made the comment about having a joking spirit, whatnot, having fun. Stuff I was saying, I didn't mean to come across as being a jerk, if you will, because that wasn't my intentions. It's just sometimes I come across one way, like a joking spirit, and it's just a brave face. That's all it is. Excuse me. With this COVID crap, some days I get that urge to, let's just say nauseousness plays a part of it. And I do feel that I have a mild case of it. I went and looked up symptoms on it, on what it is to have mild symptoms of COVID, and just straight up full blown, you're taking a butt with no Vaseline, basically. And I think I had all the symptoms but one of mild case of COVID. So yeah, sometimes when I pause the way I do, it's a bathroom issue. It's just, yeah. And other times, like, no, I can't quit yawning. But anyway, back to these messages. Sometimes I get where I get in a joking spirit, whatnot, yet I'm hurting inside. It's just, I've always been a joking type of a guy. But yet, I just wanted to let you know, nothing personal against you. I love you. cool good. Get my tongue all tangled up here. Instead of getting the tongue all tangled up. It's a case where you're a good guy. I love you. I mean no harm by what I say. It's just certain times it's a brave face. It's one of them where I don't like showing emotions any more than I have to. And again, that's my father's side of the family. He was the same way. Didn't show emotions unless he had to. So yeah, I don't. If the comment I made toward you, homie, sounded cruel, mean, if I came across as being nasty, it's not my intentions. Really isn't. Not my intentions. I love you like you're my brother. And the offer still holds up. If you decide to come up into the metro area with your family, I do mean what I say. Roll the red carpet out for you. Anywhere you want to go, anything you want to do, my treat. It's because I care. And on that note, I'm going to say it again. I mean no harm by what I was saying. If I come across as being a jerk, not my intentions. I didn't mean it the way it may have came across. If I came across as a jerk, no. I really didn't want to go down that road and come across that way. If I did, I don't know. If you if you have the attitude of what crawled up his backside, it wasn't. I don't know. I mean nothing against what I mean no harm against you. I want the best for you. I truly do. Now, the reason I want to do this video is because I found a company in Albany, Minnesota that buys e-waste. Now, I known about the company for about 6 weeks, roughly. 8 weeks, maybe. It's just, I don't have enough material to go up there and cash in on stuff. I've got material, but then it's not going to be, with gas prices pushing $5 a gallon. I went past Casey's General Store yesterday, $4.79 a gallon, which irritates me because if I cross, and this is in Dilworth, Minnesota, y'all, but if I cross into North Dakota, there's some of the Casey's General Store, the locations that are like 20 cents cheaper per gallon. You're talking anywhere from 10, 15 cents up to 20 cents. I passed one that was $4.59 a gallon. I'm like, it's the same store. It's just another location. Why the difference? You know, there's gas stations I go to. One particular gas station, it's M&H gas station in Fargo, North Dakota. Cheapest gas in town. We're paying $4.79 a gallon. They're like, I think they're at either $4.39 or $4.49 a gallon. I can't remember. There's like a 30 or 40 cent difference in price per gallon. Offhand, I just don't remember if it's 30 or 40 cents per gallon cheaper than what we got it. I don't know if their gas is watered down. What the case is. Then again, I also watch Holiday Gas Station because they water down their gas. And there's been a big report with one particular location in the area. They water it down to the point where it's actually seizing up engines. rusting them out. One gal reported she drove into the gas station, filled up, her car wouldn't start. And she went to go start it. She went and had it towed out, took it in the mechanic. He says, "Where'd you get your gas last?" She says, "I filled up at the Holiday gas station at whatever location it was. I don't remember." And he says, "And how was your vehicle running before?" She says, "Just great, like a Swiss watch." And he comes up and goes, "Did you know your engine is actually locked up?" She's, "How?" "It was running like a Swiss watch when I showed up. There was no problems." And he says, "Well, I hate breaking the news to you, but you either replace the vehicle or you replace the engine." Because he says, there is no salvaging this engine. He says, it is literally locked up tighter than Fort Knox. Well, let's just say there's big issues. There's people there that buy 3, 4, 5, 8, 10 tanks worth of gas. Next thing you know, they're out of a vehicle because it's rusted up so bad and locking up on them. That's why when it comes to cheaper gas, I won't do it. Now, I when I go to like gas stations like Casey's, yeah, I buy the cheapest, like the 89, right? But I've never had a problem. If I buy let's just say, the highest grade gas, well, then I'm talking well over $5 a gallon. That's scary. Anyway, I don't know why I rambled on about that, but it is. Oh, yes, the scrapyard. Senior moment. I call it sometimers. Now, going up to the scrapyard in Albany, there's one a little bit closer. Albany, Minnesota is like 2 hours, 2 hour and 10 minutes away. Well, there's a scrapyard that I can go to that's an hour and a half away, but they don't buy as much e-waste. They buy some e-waste, but not a lot. No, I can go 20, 25 minutes west of here and sell off e-waste. But then, that's just a whole new subject in itself that I'd rather not get into. Let's just say if you take in 5 pounds of, let's just say, motherboards, you might get paid for 3 a pound. If you weigh it out and it comes out to 5, and you get paid out 3, something wrong there. And then they don't separate CPUs. It's just throw it all into one jar, one container, one lump sum, one price. Albany, I found no, we separate. Ceramic CPUs all go into one pile. Plastic CPUs go in another pile. Then, my understanding is a ceramic, it's just straight up $25 a pound. Where all the plastic ones, it's $4.25 per pound. I'm totally fine with that. I don't get enough of this, that, and whatever else to warrant. Like you get the 386, 486 CPUs. I haven't had one of them in probably 8 years. Ish. A lot of them higher grade CPUs, the older ones. I don't get much of them, so when I get ceramics, I'm like, let's just throw them into a pile. I'll take that $25 a pound and run with it. Don't matter to me. I get 4 pounds. That's $100. Versus 4 pounds at, $16. Fine with me. Anyway, the yard that's close to home, if I got peripheral boards, audio boards, mid-grade boards, low-grade boards, and a bunch of other boards, right? I get a quarter per pound for them. Doesn't matter what kind of board it is. They're like, no, it all gets mixed together and we're going to pay you a quarter per pound. Now, if it is laptop motherboards or the desktop motherboards, they look at it as it's either new school or it's old school. If it's a certain style and older, we're going to give you $1.50 a pound. Anything newer than a certain model, if it's a certain model or newer or a certain year or newer, guess what? 75 cents a pound. This other yard in Albany, Minnesota, they're like, nah, even if you're not familiar, because like with me, I quit learning peripheral boards, I quit learning mid-grade and all that, because I didn't know about these other yards until recently. Well, mom's thrown up, getting sick. That's a whole new discussion. She's supposed to be in the clinic tomorrow and Tuesday because she starts her chemo. She won't go in. Well, she will go in, but being that there's a COVID scare around here, she's going to be like, no, I'm not going in, being that there's a COVID scare in the house. Now, anyway, this board here, I took out of that last TV video I did with the plasma screen TV. This board came out of there. This is the one of many boards that came out of there. Now, my question to you is, if you're an e-waste person, being that I haven't kept track of e-waste in the last, or I haven't really learned much about it in the last few years because there was no call for me to learn it. Basically, the yard I go to, I learned their system and I refused to ship elsewhere. I refused to pay money to ship because I got taken for over $200 last time I shipped. I got a bad company that I was selling to, and they took me for over $200. So after that, after that experience, I've got an attitude. No, I need to speak to people face to face. If there's a discrepancy, it's being dealt with right there. Instead of talking to them over the phone, arguing with them. If I bring something in and there's a discrepancy, now we're getting that worked out right there face to face. None of this crap about over the phone and shipping off and paying all this money just for them to give you the silver screw up the you know what with no Vaseline. Ain't happening in my world. People can argue that, hey, it's best you do this. Not in my world. Now, if you're an e-waste recycler and you know whether or not that's peripheral, low grade, if you know how to grade a board like this, please let me know. I would love to know if that is a peripheral board and if I should separate it. I'm not going to be taking boards in for at least 3 or 4 months, 5 months, whatever it is, I don't know yet. But if you know how to grade boards, and you can educate me, I'd love it. I want to know more about, how to determine what a peripheral board is. Audio boards, I want to know more about that. Audio boards I know a little about, but I don't know them well enough to do much with. So yeah, if you have knowledge in the e-waste world, you're gonna know a lot more than me as far as a lot of stuff goes. Please let me know on how would you grade a board like that? What would you do with that? That's all I'm asking. If you know more than me, which I'm sure you do, little insight on that, whatever you want to call it. Falling short of Rochambeauing, if you know what I mean. Rochambeau for it. Okay, I go first. Yeah, it's a South Park joke. Anyway, what is it? Came out of that plasma screen, or that plasma TV. Plasma screen. Came out of the plasma TV. I'm curious. Peripheral bore? I don't know. Anyway, I've been on here for 20 and a half minutes, so I'll see you in a Kia. Not.